As a teacher of Yoga Nidra and meditation in particular, I would say one of the aims is to be able to transmit an experience to the people that you have in your class. It's not just delivering a set of words or delivering a set of postures. In actual fact, we are transmitting a deep experience of something. So sometimes you will find that, and that's why I personally don't like to prepare words really very much at all. I have an over idea of what I'm being asked to do. Really have the courage to sit in the space and allow to come through you what is necessary for that class, and it may be something you know nothing about and you may not get to hear about it or anything. But the transmission, being willing to transmit what is required, the humility to transmit what is required, is a very important aspect of teaching from my perspective. Would you agree? With the mind map that you did this morning, you came up with a whole lot of things that could possibly relate to Akasha. Do you have any questions arising from that mind map?
I suppose how you would word what an Akasha is.
What an Akasha is? Well, that's a really interesting question, of course, because we could think more superficially or we could think more in depth. And, as you pick up one thing, we find it connected to every other thing in the entire universe. So, Akasha in its most simple translation is space. What's space? What is it?
A void?
It could be a void. It could be a void, or it could be the container for the void. Isn't that an interesting idea? So we have the thing itself and we have the container for the thing itself, and both would qualify as Akasha. What the yogis and the rishis and the munis and all of that in all their wisdom have done is that they've created a set of specific practices of Akasha in order for us to get some kind of sense of how to relate to Akasha. And that's the beauty of naming Hriday Akasha, Chida Akasha, Dahara Akasha, etc. It's calling on us to relate to Akasha in different flavors, if you like, because the term Akasha and the experience of Akasha ultimately is such a vast one that the way we can relate to it more specifically is to relate to different flavors of Akasha. And that's what we're doing in talking about these three aspects in particular. You apply the same principle that you would do in your asana class. You do forward bending, you do backward bending. So you're counterbalancing the poses that you have done to create balance, so you're not leaving some person just after an extreme back bend like chakrasana with no forward movement to release the spinal movement. So in the same way, in your Yoga Nidra, you're not going to leave someone way out in space or immersed in the unconscious without offering some kind of balance to that experience. And it's really, I can't emphasize this enough, the same process that you apply to your asana class is the same process that you apply to teaching something like a Yoga Nidra. You are offering a balanced experience.
So you layered with your language and experience.
So I'm being very aware of my language to create that container, that safe container for that experience, because we're not aiming for catharsis or like a superlative sort of release. That may happen. We can't control everything. But as far as possible, what we are doing is providing a container for an experience. And to do that, the focus is on the language that we use. So if I'm saying increase a feeling of feeling hot, then I will counterbalance that with feeling cool. If I say create a feeling of heaviness, then I will counterbalance that by saying now cultivate the sense of lightness. If Chidakash is relating to the infinite space of the mind, what would be another reason why we might want to incorporate it into Yoga Nidra?
To observe mind matter from a more detached.
That's a really great answer, Nidra, to give the opportunity to see it arising. You know, sometimes we talk about watching it as if it's a movie screen and just letting all of the processes and thoughts arise as if you're watching a movie. Because it does give the person the opportunity to witness the mind, which is really valuable.